So many times I hear from families that their baby hates being swaddled, but hang on a minute. They may not actually hate being swaddled as much as you think they do. I'm going to share some tips and tricks to try and change your baby's hate of the swaddle right around. My name is Rebecca Mickey. I am the owner of Swaddle School. We help families find the best swaddle without spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Today I'm talking about your baby hating the swaddle. So if you have a baby who really freaks out when you get them into the swaddle and does anything but fall asleep, you may think swaddling is not for them. Let's just try a few different things just to see if we can actually turn that around and get your baby liking their swaddle again. Now, just want to say some babies do hate being swaddled. They just do. And it doesn't matter which swaddle you get, which one. Some of them really, really do hate being swaddled. And I'm not going to suggest that you end up spending hundreds of dollars buying a new swaddle or every swaddle there on the market. It's a few little things that we can try just to see whether you can turn that hate into love when it comes to getting your baby into the swaddle. First things first, your baby may be a little bit overtired when you are trying to swaddle them. So if an overtired baby is trying to be swaddled, they are going to get pretty mad about it, and then they are upset. You know that they're tired, they're now getting upset, and then they're getting beyond upset, and you're trying to get them down to sleep, and it's just not happening. So you may actually find that swaddling them a little bit earlier, doesn't need to be too much early, even 2 or 3 minutes earlier, 5 minutes earlier, could make the difference between your baby loving their swaddle or hating their swaddle. So swaddling them a little bit earlier. Some children just fight getting into the swaddle. It's just not really the most fun time. But then once they're in, they're okay. So along with starting that little bit earlier, you can then have a little bit of time. You've got a little bit more time here to distract them a little bit from being upset. Say some just get pretty furious getting into the swaddle. It doesn't matter if they're overtired or not. If they are overtired, it will be worse. But if they're not, they're just going to get mad about it. So having a little bit of distraction time before you are going to help them down to sleep without pushing them to overtiredness can make the difference. So that could be, if you know you're going to be getting them down for a nap at 9 a.m., you're going to actually get them into that swaddle at about 8:50. Getting them into the swaddle, you can then have a little bit of distraction time, winding them down a little bit, settling down, helping them to sleep, so they are then asleep by 9 o'clock, rather than trying to get them into the swaddle at 9 and then trying to instantly get them down to sleep. Chances are, if they're ready for sleep at 9, you start swaddling at that time, they're really going to be mad about it. They're going to be really upset about it. So starting a little bit early can make a big difference here. Now, what are you swaddling your baby in? A lot of swaddles are going to have arms down to sides. And when you think about it, arms pinned to sides is not really the most natural position for babies to be sleeping in. And so your baby just may not like the swaddle that you have. Now, rather than going out and buying loads of different swaddles, you can try even with like a blanket or a sheet, trying to swaddle them to see if you can change that up, the position that their arms are in, and seeing if they like that a little bit more. So you may want to consider swaddling with arms up. This is a much more natural position. You maybe see baby with arms up when they are just sort of sleeping without the swaddle. So arms up may be a much more natural position. You can try that with a sheet or a blanket, having arms up, still being swaddled, but they may have a much easier time. Some babies prefer arms to chest. And again, you can swaddle that way and seeing if they prefer, if they're having their arms to chest. Some prefer arms to mouth, hands to mouth, so that they can get their hands to their mouth and can be soothing there. Now, heads up, this can be very distracting for some children and can keep them just awake and not be very soothing at all. But you can do all of those swaddles, arms up, arms to chest, hands to mouth, just with a blanket or a sheet. So just try that out. If your baby does prefer an arms up swaddle, then that's something maybe that you can invest in. There are arms up swaddles, there are hands to chest swaddles, there are swaddles that you can get that will allow your baby to have their hands to their mouth. So you can still have then that ease of swaddling in a swaddle without having to do all the burritoing, wrapping up into a sheet. But at least then you're not wasting that money. So do just change things up just a little bit. If your baby just kind of hates the swaddle, let's see if we can turn that around. Let me know what's worked for you, or if your baby just hates being swaddled, let me know.